Hey everybody, this is David with CinemaDeviant.com here with another review for you guys. This time around we're going to be looking at the GoZyuJin. This comes from the Sentai Gokaiger line of Super Sentai. You may recognize this as the American version, or the other counterpart of the American Super Megaforce. This is the Silver Rangers Q-Rex Megazord. So we're going to be taking a look at this one as well as the American counterpart and comparing them both just like the other reviews that we had and see which one measures up first. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the box here. As you see, we have the DX there, so you know it's authentic. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get those bootleg versions that the quality isn't so great, that I've seen anyway. Then also, if you notice here, it does come with a Ranger key, which is a gold anchor that the Gokai Silver uses for his morpher. Let's look on the side here. The different formations there. Let's see if we can get a little closer look. Let's see here. See this? That's GoZyuJin. See the different forms and how it mixes together and it connects with Gokai-Oh, which we did a review for before in the past. And let's see if we bring this up here without moving too much. And it kind of shows the action that it also has. Let's see here. Look in the back here. Kind of gives you a look at everything. That a little closer. That looks pretty cool already, huh? Let's back up a little bit. And you see here, this is the different forms that it goes into. That's GoZyuJin, like I said. That's GoZyuRex, I believe. And then the bottom there, that's Goju Drill. And that's in drill mode. So it does 3 different modes, as you can see. Here, let's go back. So to me, I mean, the quality of these already, I've become a huge fan recently, as you can tell, with the other reviews, and just the way they're put together, great. So let's go ahead and take a look at the mech itself, and again, like I said, its American counterpart. Let's get started. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started this way. I went ahead and took them all apart in pieces, so that way we start from the very beginning, from the ground up, basically. On the right over here is the American Q-Rex Megazord, and on the left over here is GoZyuJin. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, get started. We're going to start with the drill mode on each of them and compare. So I'm going to be hands-on. I'm going to go ahead and get in there and get started. So let's see here. Okay, we have this here. Already you see some differences. Let me get started with this part here. Drill mode is a little crazy. Let's see here. This way. Sorry. Start it here. See? Okay, these actually go here in the back. See? That. Let's go there. You can see. Drill. There. You also want to do it where the wheel is facing on the bottom there, so it rolls. And then of course you have the head. And there you have, there's drill mode for the Q-Rex. I mean, it looks nice. It's not a bad. Ooh, it's coming right at you. It's not bad looking. Not bad looking at all. Now let's go ahead and convert the other one and transform the other one. See, already the difference here, if you can see, there's differences in coloring and things like that, but we can get into that in a little bit. But here's the big difference. See, these legs fold up as opposed to, you know, doing it the other way. These are going to attach here. I believe this one's actually over here. And drill up here. See, with this one here, these actually have wheels that come down on each side to give it some stability. It's just not knocking everywhere. Anyway, so, and then head, of course. This is the Now, do you see some differences or what? Both look great. See if we can zoom in a little bit here. See, but obviously you see the size difference, which is, you know, that's going to be something that you're going to know right off the bat. You do see some differences here and there, especially in coloring and the way the other Zord is put together. And as opposed to taking it apart in pieces, the other one, the legs just fold up. Things like that. Okay. So here. See if we can get a closer look at this one here. Sorry. Bottom here. Now let's take a look at GoZyuJin. You know what? To be honest, I mean, these are probably the closest that I've seen, you know, a mech or a Zord be to one another, be to the Japanese counterpart, because usually you see like huge differences, even in size. But this one's it's almost, you know, almost the same thing for the most part. Okay, gonna pull that back. Now let's go to the next form. Okay, here we have Dino mode. This is the Q-Rex Dino version, or Q-Rex version, I guess you could say, and this is Gokai-Rex, I believe. Yes. And again, you see the differences already, and so we'll get them a little closer here so you can see. Coloring here and there is different. Coloring in the feet, it's not too different. It's actually the American version is actually a brighter gold at the feet. You can see here. Bring it closer. Brighter gold than the Japanese version, which is more dulled out. And honestly, I kind of like the American version of the feet anyway. The coloring on it is a lot brighter and it just pops better. But again, you know, you do see the differences here, like in the knees. The American version, which has no coloring at all, it just looks very plain. Size difference, obviously, right off the bat. You can tell Japanese version is going to be a lot bigger, a lot bulkier. To me, that just, again, it exudes quality to me. Everything, all the joints on it are a lot stiffer. Everything just moves just that much. You see, again, with the clicks. I love the clicks. You don't hear that with this here. To me, that it just signifies that it's just stronger. It's a stronger quality. You know, you have everything tighter. Again, the coloring it's not too different, but there is, you know, some differences. Obviously, you see here on the sides of the legs, not the same. Here on the arms, the tail is a bit different. It's actually a lot shinier on the Japanese version than it is on the American version. There's no coloring whatsoever on the side over here for the American one. This one has a lot more detail. Look at the back here. You can see some differences. Again, this one actually has a key type of deal that we will get into in a minute. This one has the area for it, but it's just molded in. Doesn't actually work. You can see it there. Again, side view, the other side. I mean, look at the neck on this thing. He has like a neck of an Olympic wrestler. This one's kind of puny. Here, another difference actually between the two is hands. These are molded a certain way to where they're not movable at all. These actually move, open and close to grab things, and the arms on the American version, they don't bend. They're just, again, they're molded in an L shape. This one, you can move them around a bit, which is a lot cooler. Gives a lot more flexibility to the figure, to the Zord. So yeah, so that's again, this is a Gokai-Rex, a Q-Rex mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at the third and final mode, and then you know, we'll see how that measures up. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stick with this form and show you actually how it forms into the GoZyuJin, or the, you know, Q-Rex Megazord from here. So let's get started. So just pop off the tail there. Take off the arms. Stand this bad boy straight up. See, you should have better posture. He has better posture that way. You can see here, it just simply flips up, and there's the head. There's this guy here. You can see. Pops on there. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward to put this on. It's not overly complicated, which is pretty cool. And you don't want something that's overly complicated for the kiddos. So there you go. There's that. These bad boys go here in the back. There goes the Q-Rex Megazord. And again, the Q-Rex, I don't know if you remember, that's from Time Force or Time Ranger, if you're into the Sentai stuff. And this is kind of like an homage to that. I would say the Zyu Rangers Sentai, which is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in America. The Dragon Zord, or the, you know, Dragon Caesar, as it's called in Sentai. And it's kind of like a mesh between all those two. And I believe, you know what, to me it almost kind of looks like the Tyrannosaurus as well from Zyu Rangers and Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So anyway, let's you know, get this one going here. Pop off the arms. Pop off the tail. And this guy's already standing straight up. This guy's got good posture. This one's a bit different. This one has a little small peg. But it does flip up the same way. Boom. Let's get going here. It has. I didn't even get to show that one on this one. Let's see. Mouth opens to show the fist there. These guys go back. So here they are, side by side. Oops, knocked over the whole thing. There they are, side by side. Take a little closer look here. You know, just again, when they're formed, you know, in their mech form or Zord form, there's not too much of a difference. I mean, there's a height difference, there's a size difference a little bit, but it's not like huge like the way Gokai-Oh was with the legendary Megazord. That was a huge difference. That I was kind of like, whoa. This one, they're more or less the same size. Again, you know, you do see there's slight differences here in the arms. Oops. Knock this guy over. This guy's leaning. The arm here. There's just a slight coloration to the fist. As you can see right here. This one has no coloration at all. Now, the one thing, I don't know if it's going to come across on the video, but the mouth here just kind of folds open and close. On the GoZyuJin, this one actually, it kind of like, it almost snaps. Yeah, it did. You can kind of hear it. See, and it kind of like springs back. See? And if you can tell, it just kind of goes back up on its own. So that's pretty cool. Again, stronger joints, stronger everything on the Japanese version, which I like. You know, again, I've just recently, and it shames me to say that just recently I've fallen in love with the imported versions, the Sentai versions of the, you know, the Zords and the mechs, I should say. They're just so much better in quality, man. It's just it's astonishing. See here, here's I guess the biggest difference. This kind of, you don't do much with this. It rotates. That's just about it. You kind of do it by hand, and it feels, honestly, it kind of feels a little flimsy. I don't know if you can tell if it comes across on camera there, but it just feels a little flimsy to me. Here, it's just so strong. I mean, this one, if you hear it, it clicks. Why does it click, you ask? Because as you remember here, there's a little key switch. You turn it, and it does that number. Now, is that cool or what? That's pretty neat. I dig that. And it goes for a pretty good while. You know, I just rotated it a few times, and it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and it stops. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. That was a good surprise, I guess you could say. Now, it's gonna go on its own. And this one actually does the same thing. You see here. And that's pretty cool. The other one, it doesn't do that. There's no rotation to the other one. I'm gonna put it down. It's gonna rotate. Rotate. Anyway, so yeah, I mean that I thought that was pretty cool. The other big difference was that this one, again, it's fairly solid piece. There's nothing too exciting about it. This one though does open, which is pretty neat. And again, you do that, rotate it, and it does a little helicopter action, little windmill action, I should say. It's cool. I like it. I really dug that about this. And sometimes you get hit. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool little feature. To kind of include there. And it's a shame. It's a really big shame that the Q-Rex, the American version, doesn't have that. I really wish it did. I think it would add a little bit more depth to the toy itself. And I think the kids really would have really would have dug that. I think, which it's a bummer. But I mean, what can you do? So, let's I guess reestablish. We'll go back. We'll come back with our final thoughts and see what we think. I guess all together. Okay, so what do I think about the comparisons between the GoZyuJin and the Q-Rex Megazord? It's pretty obvious. I'm gonna go with the GoZyuJin. The differences are there. Obviously, they're not huge differences, but I mean they're there. They're very apparent, as you can see. But I just you can't go wrong with, again, the imports. The way they've kind of started developing them in America is again a little bit more on the lighter side. I don't want to say cheap, but they're just kind of basic. They're just kind of there for what they are. I still feel like they should introduce a little bit more of the intricacies of the Japanese versions, just because even it's the little things, the little details that they have, even like in the eyes. I don't know let me see if we can see here. Little things like the stuff in the face, the eyes there. We'll bring the other one here. It matters, stuff like that. It makes a difference, having something that's very kind of plain, as opposed to a different version, which is a lot more, detailed, is it's sad. I hate to say it, but I really wish that the American versions were a little bit more, I guess, detailed, like the Japanese are. I'm gonna keep buying the Japanese versions of all these, and in the American versions, just because the American versions, again, like I've said before, they're awesome if if you have kids and they just kind of want the basic type of stuff. My son loves this one. My son loves the Q-Rex one. He digs it a lot. But I feel like the Japanese version or the American version should at least be somewhat, equal to the Japanese version. And actually, they actually kind of are in this case. There's not too many differences, like I said. But there are, again, like I said, the little things that matter. But I am gonna go with this one for sure. This is my pick. So if you're a collector like I am, this one would be the way to go. And again, to me, the packaging is just awesome. The box of it, as you can see, and it does come with that really cool Gokai silver key, which I don't know if you can see there, but it's an anchor, and that, I mean, just again, little things matter to me, and they make a hell of a difference. So again, thank you guys for watching this review, and keep checking cinemadeviant.com for all your movies, news, reviews, trailers, toy stuff, toy announcements, video game stuff, and much more. Subscribe to us here. I know you can probably subscribe, probably down there somewhere, over here, I don't know, but subscribe to us here on the YouTube channel, and tell your friends, because obviously that matters as well. and I really would appreciate it. We also do have a podcast on iTunes, the Botsquad Podcast. You can check us out there. We talk about, pretty much everything, toys, movies, TV shows, things like that. And you can check us out there as well. So yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys like the review. If you have a preference, or if you have something that you want me to cover, any sort of particular toy, not just Sentai, but anything else, let me know in the comments below, somewhere, again, like I said, down there, that way. And definitely, I'll go ahead and we'll start reviewing other stuff that you guys might want. So interact with me, let me know, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.